This one is that dude from the arena, if I remember correctly. That is not.
I'll cut to the chase. This is about the ice worm. That Institute relic you had a run-in with. The corpse might stand a chance if it were just the PCA they were teaming up against. But that monster is a whole other story. You can't just throw bodies at it. The thing that makes it such a pain in the ass is its perpetual reactive shield. Coral tech. Takes advantage of the coral's directivity. Ordinary weapons can't touch it. So let's
It's
get
like life
extraordinary.
fibers.
I can make you something that'll punch a hole in that shield. But I'll need your help.
Yeah, override weapons.
You'll be heading to
Awesome.
Grid 012,
Glad to see them returning in
one
an
of the first
actual, like,
sectors they
official
built.
capacity.
And it's barely holding up.
Ow.
That's where a little rat who betrayed RAD is hiding out.
Yeah, I saw before in some
Goes by the name of
clips
Honest
that there are
Brute.
2 weapons in this mission, and I was
His
trying to
AC
pull them up.
Milktooth
Those
was
2
built
clips
by
have
us,
since been
so
taken
its
down
only
for
flaw
some
is that it's
reason.
piloted by him. When he ran from RAD, he didn't just take credits in tech. He also took a secret project of mine. And that secret project is what
It's
will
weird
need
that
to
even
bust
amongst,
open
like,
ice
the
worm
bandit
shield.
factions, the RAD is, like, the reputable one, and then you have this shithead, Coyote faction or whatever. The Junkers or some shit.
You ready for this, tourist?
Great.
No one's gonna miss Brute. And we all stand to gain.
I guess so. He has a flamethrower and a fucking, chainsaw, which is cool, and a pain in the ass to deal with in the arena. Appears to be the only flamethrower in the game, too, and it's a hidden part, which is weird considering
All right,
how...
tourist.
Okay,
I'll tell you
controls,
where to go.
controls. Yeah, right. One of the hidden parts, if I remember correctly, is you have to overhead boost all the way down to one of those platforms. I think it's the one at the far end. I'll give it a try. Shit. Yeah, I forgot I switched those 2 buttons, didn't I?
See what I mean, tourist? We need to go deep down.
Fuck off. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's down here.
Make sure you keep clear of the laser sensors. They're set
Yep,
to
there it
activate
is.
the enemy machines.
A new friend from abroad, just for me.
That's the... Is it the chainsaw or the flamethrower? The fucking... Flamethrower is called, like, barbecue or something. Okay, and the next one's in that other room with the lasers. I don't remember where that is
That damn
specifically.
freak's using my toys like they were his.
Wow, I'm getting baked. What the fuck?
I'm waiting for you, friend. Fidgeting anxiously before the big dance.
I feel like I know that voice act.
Well, keep up.
Blah.
Anticipation is part of the fun.
Pretty sure I do.
The enemy's deploying a shield. You'll need to get behind it.
I hate to see my babies get smoked like this,
I actually haven't broken many of them.
Don't be shy. Smash 'em up. There's your way in. Brute can't be far.
We should keep an eye out for traps. They'll be much more dangerous in tight corners.
Yeah, there's one like,
Repair kits remain.
yeah, there's the other one. I think these ones are a lot more obvious than any of the other ones I've seen in terms of... Did I get it? Front. Yep, there we go. There's the flamethrower. So Double Trouble must be the chainsaw. It's a weird name for a chainsaw. Is it really possible to corner anyone in an Armored Core game? Can't they just, like, fly away or some shit? This place is cool, though. Is this the place we hit with that missile?
Is this place some kind of hangar?
Oh, there's the big gun.
Target AC must be nearby.
Cool. I mean, it looks cool.
Ah, my new friend. You're here at last.
Milktooth.
Brute.
I didn't actually catch the name on his AC when I fought him in the arena.
Wonderful people.
Oh, is he up there?
Things.
Shut up, tourist.
The sweet melody of the generator. How Milktooth's heart sings.
Built that AC at RAD, tourist. Don't underestimate it.
Yeah, his mech was a pain in the ass to fight in the arena. I remember that much. I'm totally expecting that to be true here as well. I don't like fighting these sorts of close-range mechs. I don't really have a solution for that other than to hit them, and the sword's not nearly as good as it was in previous games in terms of, like, pure damage output. Nothing's probably going to be... I mean, technically the highest damage output in this series was in Verdict Day, because you had like energy swords that would just one-shot ACs if you hit them with them. I'm not just talking about the override weapons. Like, even like the Moonlight or the fucking... some of the high-end laser swords can one-shot ACs in that game. Because the damage is really high across the board in 5 and Verdict Day. Except for fucking high-capacity projectile weapons. We're talking about like things like laser sword, or fucking cannons and laser weapons and stuff. I don't know. I know they're trying to do something that's like a little bit more structured than the previous games were in terms of like how you inflict your damage, but I gotta say, I much prefer just being able to hit people and them just exploding. And like, the important part of the equation with the sword is if I'm able to fucking... Did he rip my goddamn weapon off? I thought I had more shots than that. Fuck me. Oh, right. He would have healing items, wouldn't he? I forgot. Yeah, are there flowers on this planet? Somehow I doubt it. Whatever. Right. I can do that. I just need to stop trying to fucking out-footsie him. Probably won't work.
Don't forget, the guys around.
Yeah, you could have just started me down there. I wonder if this whole area is traversable as like a fucking... Well, I know it's probably traversable, but I'm wondering if it's... Ah, no, there's a wall. Never mind. This kind of reminds me of the place where you fight that one fucking MT in Armored... Is it Armored Core 3, or is it... I think it's 3. The one, the big one that they're, like, suiting up. It's not ready yet or some shit. Where the fuck is he? He's hiding in the rafters like some kind of asshole. It's not the guy who plays Baird, is it? His inflection kind of sounds like it when he's playing those weirdo characters he sometimes does. put my other FCS back on, the one that had better missile adjustment. Hey, like the Discworld. Why can't you help me, Carla?
Light and ammunition depleted. 50%.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
My friend, this is a gift. Thank you.
Huh.
Enemy AC is silent.
Weird.
Looks like he's dead. Good.
Why couldn't I have just taken his weapons off his body?
We'll see about retrieving our secret project.
I feel like that probably would have been easier than hunting them down in boxes. Nice. I should probably go do those log hunt missions off stream, or recording, whatever.
One new message.
This is Chatty Stick, RAD. Thanks for putting down Brute.
You're welcome, I guess.
Chief's already in the workshop tweaking the rail cannon. And I've never seen her happy.
Yeah, exactly how did we bring that all the way back to wherever RAD is located? I feel like that would have been something of a difficulty, let's say. Whatever. Yeah, I need to change this back to the other one. Ooh. Yeah, no new parts. That makes sense. I kind of want to fuck around with this. I love that it makes the same noise as the grind blade on the second swing. Well, not quite. It sounds a little bit more like the scavengers, to be honest. Let's see how much damage it does. Ah, that second swing doesn't do as much as I would have expected. Huh. Interesting. That does a lot, though. How long can I hold this for? Because this makes me think of the fucking... That makes me think of the Grind Blades charge up in fucking, 5. Because look at that. Doesn't that not look like the fucking charge up on the Grind Blade? It's even a pretty similar motion, although the Grind Blade carries you way further than this does. Which makes sense. I do wish the Grind Blade had just come back as it was. Like, that by far was my favorite fucking thing in 5 and Verdict Day. Just, I loved the Grind Blade. I loved its appearance. I actually really liked how it played, and it was the fastest charging override weapon. So you could kind of just use it like... It was one of the only override weapons you could actually use more than once. I think if you had a perfectly optimized AC for it specifically, you could use it 3 times before it fucking turned off. I had built an AC that I could comfortably use it 2 times as long as I started charging it immediately after the first one. God damn it, the Grind Blade's so fucking cool. Oh, I love it so much. Man. You'd think that wouldn't be the case given the fact that ACs can fall from space, but what the fuck do I know? This reminds me a lot... Oh my god, that even kind of looks like that mission in Armored Core 2. Are there gonna be bombers? I feel like there'll be bombers. This feels like one of those missions that'll end up having a fucking AC at the end of it. This one almost certainly will.
Got a job for you, 621. We've received a request from the Arquebus Group.
Raven, this request comes from our subsidiary Schneider.
Schneider. Like the pretzels?
It concerns the Bertram spaceport, which you and V4 brought under our control.
Yeah, what forces exactly have we been using to occupy this location? It seems like they could just drop another fucking ship on top of us and that'd kind of be the end of it.
Your objective is to
That's what I would
intercept
do.
the PCA and defend the spaceport. We've deployed an MT squad to support you.
Wow, this totally is like that other mission. Actually, now that I think about it, the airport from either incoming ships or ACs is a kind of classic mission that's in a lot of Armored Core games. I know my AC is not as optimal, but keeping the health at 10,000 is helping my OCD not freak out and try to min-max things. And I can't tune stuff to fuck with the numbers in this game, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I tend to brute force my way through a lot of engagements anyway, rather than optimizing my mech every 5 seconds. If it bothers me that much or I get stuck, I'll just make an entirely new mech and keep this one in reserve.
Wait, something's not right, 621.
So is this going to be Silent Line or Armored Core 2? Because the bomber mission in Armored Core 2 is arguably harder, even if dealing with those space lasers was kind of a problem. Okay, so both our guys and their guys are dead, which means it's probably the third faction that will show up to fuck with us, as there is in every Armored Core game. Which is usually a bunch of robots.
Do you read me, Raven?
Oh!
I've identified the target. That's the mercenary
You're the one from
in
the trailer, which I guess. Yeah, you're the one from the trailer. Cool.
Let's see how far they can fly.
Because I noticed the Raven from the intro, the one who I did take their fucking thing from, they were using the trailer kit, so I guess they refurbished the mech. This is kind of cool. Ah, shit. Right. This is gonna be a hard-ass fight. Let's fucking figure this shit out.
Back the Raven name. However, see if you can do it justice.
Ah, fuck.
We found your license's original owner.
Oh, I was hoping to boost it here.
2 repair kits remaining.
Shit. Oh, there's an invisible wall there. It's just like Daemon X Machina.
Either way, never spread your wings. At least not yet.
I wish I could pay attention to what she's saying. I'm sure it's really cool. Enemy pilot dialogue is often really fucking cool. Fuck! Oh, she can use that multiple times. That makes sense. Yeah, that follow-up swing's not as good as the other one. But the fucking... having a command grab, or pseudo-command grab, I like that too much. I wonder if mine is faster than hers, because she's using the pile bunker. Probably not. Well, I think my kit's actually pretty good. I just need to get back into fucking... Wow! Does she have missiles? Probably. I feel like this is a two-stage fight, though. Because she's not tougher than some of the ones I fought in the arena. At least not individually, maybe. I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a gimmick once I actually beat her, though. Kind of like with Blue Magnolia, where she fucking goes into like super mode and has like an overcharged Karasawa. Isn't the gimmick with her at Blue Magnolia in Verdict Day that when she goes into that mode where she loses her other arm, she fucking every shot from the Karasawa is a charged shot or something like that? Like, it does charged damage regardless of whether or not it's actually being charged. I do feel like this game could be a little bit more like, you're restarting, just start me at the fight. I know that's a thing of convenience that would be like, I'd be laughed out of any fucking discussion about an older Armored Core game, because like, I'm not having to go back to the menu and load a fucking save, like I used to have to do. I'm also getting hints of Barbaroi from this fight. Not in her loadout, aside from the missiles, but the location and the sort of tone of this fight. I will say, regardless of its shortness and sort of like limited content, Armored Core 4 is still probably one of my favorites. Silent Line 4, I really liked, like the whole 3 series in general is probably my favorite section of like the series, but 4 and fucking Silent Line specifically are probably my 2 favorites. Silent Line, because it was the first one I played, and it has a lot of really cool, unique stuff that they never did again. And 4, because it was the fucking first one through... Wow! That fucking double hit from the goddamn pile bunker. Shit. 4 also had a lot of stuff in it that they didn't bring back. And I really liked the AC on AC fights in 4. The AI is kind of stupid in 4. Especially if you're playing on the PS3. But I do really like AC4 a lot. I feel like it has some of the best music in the series, definitely some of the best, like, tone in the fights. March au Supplice is definitely an awesome fight, and I feel like they never really got another fight in the series like that. I mean, there are tons of fights in the series where you do 4 on 1s, or 5 on 1s, or whatever. But that one had, like, the cool mechs, they had the cool voice actors, the set, like, Old Peace City is a really cool fight location. That's why it keeps coming back in fucking subsequent games. I mean, fucking... How many times do you go to Old Peace City in 4 Answer and fucking Verdict Day? Not 5, it's not in 5, but it is in Verdict Day a bunch. You fight the Capricorn there, you do a bunch of fights around the wreck of the Motherwell in Verdict Day. You fight Jay in Old Peace City. I know it's not the exact location, but it's the desert location with all the broken buildings in it. It's basically the same place. It's only ever called Old Peace City in 4 and 4 Answer, I think, though. Despite the fact that the Motherwell is still there. I feel like the best way to hit her is with the, this, but when I'm, like, above. Weirdly enough, I've gotten a lot of hits on her when it's in the air. I don't want to swap out the fucking Nebula, because it does really good damage. Also, to anyone who knows, is the Nebula the replacement for the Karasawa in this game? Because if the Karasawa was in 4, but they changed the name to Canopus, because I think for legal reasons, because it's, the fucking Karasawa's name and design is based off of one from the Gundam. And I thought they may have changed it because they... Also, can she hit me twice subsequently with that fucking gun? Yeah, Yeah, I'm kind of getting distracted. But did they change the name to Nebula in this game for like some reason, and it's still the Kurosawa, or is the Kurosawa actually in this game as its own weapon? Because I noticed this does have a similar silhouette, but it kind of looks like the secondary Kurosawa that was in the old games and in Verdict Day. It doesn't look like the primary one. It's not tall enough. It doesn't have like that triangular sort of look on the side. But it does have it from the front, so I was wondering if this was supposed to be the secondary, like, left-handed one that you get normally, or if this is actually just the Kurosawa replacement. Because, like, it kind of looks like it, but it looks more like the older ones.
The battles.
I don't know. I'm gonna fucking
Find out what's going on.
be doing a lot more of, like, the part hunting off-screen. From what I saw, though, aside from the coral weapons I have tried not to spoil myself on, I'm guessing those are the overred weapons, because that would make sense. I've only seen 3 parts so far. The flamethrower, the nebula, and the, chainsaw. So, I'm not sure if it's, like, less part-heavy than the other games are, because some of the other games have, like, tens of parts that you can find. I mean, yeah, they're usually, like, defunct things that we wouldn't have now, like radar kits. I do kind of miss the radar. It was useful for telling where an enemy is behind me. I get that the fucking red marker indicators sort of replaced that, but I would have liked to have had the radar still. Maybe it'll come back in New Game Plus. Somehow I doubt it. Holy shit, I'm getting my ass kicked. I feel like my talking might be distracting me somewhat. I have a hard time fucking, moving strategically and speaking at the same time because I think my brain only has enough processing power to, comment on something or play efficiently, not both.
Find out what's going on.
Probably too much exposure to dangerous chemicals. I feel like getting close to her is really dangerous because of that pile bunker. This is the first time I can think of that the pile bunker is actually performing its fucking role as a parrying blade.
Looks like we found your license's original owner. Tie up the loose end, 621.
Wait, it says Raven's operator. Do they mean operator like in the sense that your operator was in the old games where it's the person talking to you on comms? Or do they literally mean the old pilot of the Raven mech? I'm not 100% certain on the specifics of that. I feel like I should go for her, like, immediately after she tries to melee me, but I'm a little nervous that I'll get rocked if I try that. That is a pretty classic mech design, though, I'm not gonna lie. I like it a lot. She's got the songbird, too, if I remember correctly. Oh, damn. I got rocks there. Shit. And a bit. Okay, fine. I might have to go back to using the sword. The chainsaw's cool as shit, but it's not quite the tool for the job, I feel, in this case. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, now would probably be a cool time to check out the flamethrower. Even if it does drop my fucking mobility quite severely. Shit. Whatever, fuck it. I'm not swapping out my fucking FCS. I know close range would be really good for this fight. Oh, fuck my pop filter. Yes, close range would probably be really good for this fight. However, I do not want to give up my missile acuity.
Over already.
Because I'm using, like, these missiles, A, are very good. B, they force the AC to move a little bit more, which can be useful if I want them to get the fuck away from me. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, the flamethrower in the old games was, unless you were fighting in the arena, more of a get the fuck away from me tool than it was like a hard damage tool, but it would inflict overheat, which was really good in the old games. feel like I'm being tested. Like,
Right-hand ammunition at 50% peak.
A Raven is a symbol of resolve. To choose what one fights for.
yeah, I played the games, mate. Which is ironic, given that there was a pretty significant lack of decision-making in some of those older games.
Right-hand ammunition.
Other than do the mission or don't do the mission.
Yes, Raven, I feel it too. This mercenary has potential.
Shit.
Right-hand ammunition at 10%. AP at 30%.
Fuck.
That pilot just wiped out a PCA squad. Stay sharp, 621.
Yeah, I can do that.
Rely on borrowed wings.
I should probably swap my primary out for a different weapon. It does a lot of damage, though. I really don't want to fucking move it too much. And that AoE burst. I will be honest, I did totally forget my mech had a shield on it. I did take it off,
Commence
just for the current moment. I will put it back on later.
The battle's over already.
I don't think my reflexive...
Rented human C461. We're not here to take back the Raven name. However, we'll see if you can do it justice.
Ow.
Looks like we found your license's original owner. Tie up the loose ends, 621.
This reminds me a lot of fighting, fucking, is it Samuel, or fucking, what the fuck is that guy's name in Daemon X Machina, the weird, like, fucking pulverizer dude?
That pilot just wiped out a PCA squad. Stay sharp.
Ow.
At least not yet.
One repair kit remaining.
A Raven is a symbol of resolve. Will to choose what one fights for.
Just focus on the fight, 621.
Yes, Raven, I feel it too. This mercenary has potential.
Right-hand ammunition at 30%.
There we go.
Raven, we can still... All right. We'll watch this one.
Yep.
See where they go on a Raven's wings.
So you're the Great White of this game. I thought it was going to be Balteus, given that he looks exactly like Great White, just with a big overhead weapon strapped to his back.
to the other Raven, the independent mercenary who attacked you, it turns out that Raven isn't an individual.
Of course it's not.
call sign. It's a title, passed down generations of mercenaries who champion the free will Raven stands for. They choose what to fight for, and take to the skies in flight. If that's what being a Raven means, then that's the name I want to keep calling you. Raven.
Hey! I get the real one, not the fucked up burned one. Although I kind of like the fucked up burned one better. Vengeance is a really cool AC design. I like it a lot. Okay.
Raven, I have a personal request to ask you. It's about the Engabret Tunnel, which is to be shut down after it was hit by a coral surge. I want to go there and survey the area. Even before the coral surge, that place had been all but abandoned. It's an old structure, dating far back into the colonization of Rubicon. There must be items of interest from throughout the planet's history there.
I suppose. I mean, I feel like we're gonna dig up some knowledge about the old Armored Core games. I don't know why they're so afraid of having direct connections, even though there are physical connections in almost every fucking game.
If you find any wrecks left
Like
by the PCA,
mechs
you
or
should try
fucking
accessing them.
goddamn bosses or
Local
locations
operations
or
into the
weapons
Rubiconians are
or
gathering
other
data on
shit.
PCA technology. Whatever you collect, I can exchange for credits and transfer the funds to you.
Yeah, how are you doing this again? Aren't you just a voice in my head? I mean, you're clearly a physical existing thing, but aren't you data? How do you have connections? That's weird. Like, I'm assuming she's not just sitting in a room somewhere.
Walter thinks you've gone on a geological survey.
I should probably turn the vibration off on this. I mean, my controller's wired, so it's not like it's gonna cause any problems. Though it is vibrating like a motherfucker.
Main system activating combat mode.
Wasn't I here earlier?
Let's get
Or was that a
started.
different location? There's a big thing in the
I've already
distance.
located several wrecks that we should be able to recover.
Because didn't
data
this place
from.
blow up?
I'll send the marker data.
Given that there were already hidden weapons in this mission, I feel like it would probably be a bit presumptuous to assume there are more hidden weapons. Oh, weird. Guessing those are dozers, though.
PCA craft data. I'll exchange it for credits and send them to you later.
Data as opposed to, what's the word I'm
Coral
looking
is able
for?
to conduct data and can influence
Just
digital
scrapping the
equipment.
mech itself.
The effects of the coral surge must have brought some of the wrecks back online.
Is that how that works?
Let's see what we can find.
Yep, that's where the thing was.
This data seems valuable too. I'm so glad this is turning into a profitable mission. Let's keep an older generation of AC.
Hey, look at that thing. Huh. Ah,
According to the timestamp, this was recorded
so it
2
was a
days before
weapon
the fires of
to
Iris.
kill the coral.
This seems to be about the warning signs of the calamity, right before it struck.
I wonder if I take damage from the ground fires. I'm gonna assume probably. Now the real question is, will enemies just spawn to come attack me every time I fucking,
That's an old bow CC. The Rubiconians used to pilot these.
every time I fucking, click on one of these mechs. Weird.
This seems to be a recording of Dolmayan, the Liberation Front's ideological leader. But this appears to be something exceptionally personal.
So does that mean these things were here the first time I came through? Because somehow I doubt it. Whatever.
Another old research institute, I see.
Great.
This is about the first augmented humans. The same coral technology that created you.
Created or modified? Because those are not the same
Wouldn't have
thing.
thought I've made contact. I'm not picking up any more data stores.
This feels like an info dump mission.
If this outing has made you think about Rubicon's past or the nature of coral,
I don't really care, but sure.
then it was all worth it.
That was a bit of a weird, clunky mission. I'm sure there's some stuff hidden in it, but eh.
We got ourselves a deal, Handler Walter. Michigan. So, Arquebus met us halfway?
I gave them the heavy warship fleet. In exchange, Balaam's in charge of putting down the beast.
The beast.
They also offered some top Vespers. Guess they don't trust us.
Better than nothing.
So we're fighting the big worm.
Provide what
I'm
support
gonna
I
take
can
it.
too.
Yeah, you're mad scientists. RAD or whatever. And that hound of yours.
Michigan. Don't underestimate 621. That hound always delivers.
I have a name, probably.
One new message.
What kept you, 621? You're a famous mercenary now. Time to act like
I
one.
feel like I've only been here for like a few weeks.
This next mission's all or nothing. Make sure you attend the briefing.
It's always kind of hilarious, so it's like, the mercenaries you play as in Armored Core are always fucking, like, impossibly proficient at their fucking, jobs, to the point where it's like, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, I got the needle. Is that a left-mounted part? Fuck no, it isn't. Anti-ice worm weapon. Great. And it is, I'm guessing, wholly necessary for this fucking mission. Well, shit.
Listen up, 621. This will be a joint operation led by Balaam and
Shouldn't it be in
Arquebus.
everyone's best interest to kill this fucking worm?
Briefing's
Everyone
about to
except the
start.
PCA, at any
I
rate.
want you to attend.
Maybe even them, given the fact that it seemed to not care about tearing up their shit either. It acts more like a wild animal than an actual mech. Which is a theme in the series, the disorder units and the weird spider crab things, but still.
The targets are the enemy-occupied bases, the heavy warship fleet, and the recently activated...
I'll cut to the chase. This is an all-out war against the PCA and theaters across Rubicon.
That will be fighting with the grand total of like 30 people.
You're here to take on the worst of our
that goes for us?
Gun 5, you just volunteered yourself for the front line.
Moving on. Let's talk about how we're going to neutralize the ice worm's coral shield. You'll be dealing with a layered barrier made up of a primary and a secondary
So
shield.
is it the face of the worm, or is that it?
Arquebus will provide the means to break the first layer. State-of-the-art stun needle launcher. Aim for the face, and it will deliver results, I assure you.
What about the second layer?
So is it gonna be just me with it, or is it going to be...
A neat little toy we call the overed rail cannon. If we divert the spaceport standby power to the ORC, should hit hard enough, assuming we land the shot.
You can leave that to me. I know a thing or two about sharpshooting. I'll oversee operations on the ground. A ragtag crew like this needs leadership.
Man.
We could use some more suppressive fire. I'll send Chatty.
That just leaves the question of who will be taking charge of the stun needle launcher.
Why can't we all have one,
I know
man?
just the volunteer to go poke that beast with a stick. Gun 13, you get all that? Good. Time for another field trip.
Man, what if I just showed up without it? Just like, fuck you. They should have unique dialogue for me not having it on my neck. I do kind of wish I got a left shoulder one so I could keep my fucking missiles, but whatever. I probably don't have the weight for it anyway, and the shield would be a more beneficial option, perhaps. I don't know. I'll fuck around with my mech when I get stomped. I love these stupid transport helicopters. I forget, what was the first game they showed up in? Was it fucking Project Phantasma? I don't remember them being in one. They had those big dumb airplanes for that. Which get shot down in every Armored Core game, but I've yet to see one here. I appreciate the vibration of my controller actually trying to mimic the rotary of a helicopter. This reminds me a lot of some older missions.
Michigan will take command.
Commencing operation with combined
Ostensibly, this will only be a single enemy.
agreement.
I probably should have brought more fucking weapons.
Act like a professional
Jesus
outfit and you
Christ.
might live.
How do I fucking shoot this thing in the face?
Think he is. I ain't here because I want to be.
Right. I swapped
Deal with
controls.
those pesky shields first. Gun 13, roll out that fancy gizmo that
Working on it, man.
You need to aim for the head. The rest of its body is covered with thick armor.
This is V4 Rusty. Rail cannon is good to go.
Shouldn't it only be able to shoot from like one fucking angle?
Fire, buddy.
Tourist, got a message from the chief for you. Enjoy the show, and don't forget to smile.
Man. Fuck's sake.
Reminder to all units, do try to maintain space from one another. You heard him. Don't want to make for an easy target.
You don't gotta tell me. I ain't going down with you fools.
Where the fuck is its fucking head? That was probably gonna be my best shot in a while to fucking body this thing. Fuck.
Gun 5, how's the field trip?
Got a
It's just
freelancer
so
to pay
fucking
me
erratic.
on my back. Couldn't be happier.
You, Gun 5, you want me to hold your ass out of there?
I'm gonna restart this. I guess the idea, it's like, in this case, I know I want their help later, because it's probably going to be a pain in the ass actually shooting this thing, but they're distracting it and making it really difficult to actually hit it with the fucking thing. This is kind of why I hate fights that require, like, a buy-in, in the terms of, like, you need to use a consumable or you need to hit it with a special fucking thing so that it's actually fightable. I never liked fights like that. Sekiro has a bunch of them and they all suck. And they, especially since the consumable is limited until you get to a certain point in the game.
You need to aim for the head. The rest of its body is covered with thick armor.
This is V4 Rusty.
Yeah, I'll admit, I don't actually care for Sekiro nearly as much as the other games.
Before I get a chance to fire.
I liked Bloodborne when I first played it, but then it kind of like, on replay, I lost a lot of its luster when I realized that a lot of its mechanics just kind of suck, or they're not very well implemented. Which was a shame. Ooh, fuck. I probably should just go up.
Connecting EML modules. Opening energy turbines.
So is this something I only have to do once, is the question.
Sighting correction A-OK.
Yeah, shield's probably not going to do me anything. I should swap it out the next time I die. That's pretty cool looking.
Won't miss.
Hey, he said the thing.
Shield down.
Gun 13, the head's open for a direct hit.
Okay, so this is your fucking... This is your Storm Ruler. Okay, got it.
Didn't watch the bare minimum. This is just the first round.
So this thing does massive damage. Got it.
Drones, tourist. I'll handle them.
Oh, great. And yet they somehow will all end up going for me, despite the fact that we have an entire team of people.
V4, load the next shell.
One step ahead of you, Commander.
Finally, someone with their head skirt on straight. Never thought about switching sides?
Sure is an honor to be praised by the Red Guns hell on four legs. But I'll pass.
Damn it. Where are you? I wish I got like a red circle fucking indicator that told me when it was gonna burst. Fuck.
I heard you're one of RAD's.
Damn.
At least you won't have death to fear. Even toys have to face the music soon.
Primary shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Preparing to fire rail cannon. Energy turbine output at 80%.
Something's gonna interfere with this, aren't they?
Output 95%.
Probably not in this one. Probably when we get closer to it actually, like...
Watch out for friendly fire.
Blue on blue.
Secondary shield down.
It's all yours now, buddy. Something's wrong.
Fullback 621.
Oh no!
Underestimated this beast.
It has primal armor.
IAC's compromised.
The core. It's out of control.
Looks like things just took a nasty turn.
Oh great, and it's got missiles
The
now.
award
I
seat
feel like I'm fighting that one thing in goddamn Phantasy Star.
lose control of the situation.
Shit.
This next shot will be my last.
No repair kits remaining.
Who did we lose? Iguazu and fucking Snail? Did we also lose Chatty Stick? Who's the last one?
Stay cool, buddy.
Fuck off!
The chief always says the worst moments of your life could be your best.
I'm gonna die.
Gun 13, what are you doing?
Death.
The mission's a failure. All units retreat.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get right on that. Jeez, no checkpoints at all, huh? That's kind of rough. I mean, I guess I get it, but fuck.
Commence mission. Michigan will take command.
Commencing operation with combined AC force as per the Balaam Archibus agreement. Move out, maggots! Time to die!
Act like a professional outfit and you might live.
What does that creep think he is? I ain't here because I wanted to.
Primary shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Initializing ORC firing sequence. Connecting EML modules.
It'd be cool if I got reads on how much health my squad had left.
Setting correction A-OK. 90, 95.
I won't miss.
Yeah, that's such a cool fucking moment.
Secondary shield down.
Gun 13, the head's open for a direct hit.
That freak actually did it.
Did what? The bare minimum. This is just the first hurdle.
The target's deployed drones, tourist. I'll handle them.
Please do. I would appreciate it. I mean, a little better than that, maybe?
V4, load the next shell.
One step ahead of you, Commander.
Finally, someone with their head screwed on straight. Never thought about switching sides?
Sure is an honor to be praised by the Red Guns hell on 4 legs. But I'll pass. Shield loss confirmed. Preparing to fire rail cannon. Energy turbine output at 80%. Output 95%. 100%. Watch out for friendly fire.
Secondary shield down.
It's all yours now, buddy. Wait, something's wrong. Fall back 621.
We've underestimated this beast.
Cool. It's out of control.
Looks like things just took a nasty turn. I'll set the ORC to maximum output. We can't afford to lose control of the situation.
We kind of already have. This shit sucks.
Be my last.
Taking significant damage. Might be checking out soon, tourist.
Fucker. That didn't fucking work.
Primary shield is getting stronger.
I'm guessing it's gonna take 3.
Buddy.
2 repair kits remaining.
I'm out, tourist. You're on your own now.
Great. Fuck you. Oh, fuck off.
Gun 13, looks like the beast goes on the defensive when it feels cornered. Just so happens the Red Guns have a saying for this. You beg for your mother, we'll give you another.
That doesn't even make sense. Yeah, I wasn't letting there gonna be a phase 3. Ow, fucking Christ. Cool.
Shit me. The freelance really did it.
I should probably move.
It's finally over. The blast will contaminate the area. Get out of...
Choral voices. Lost again.
Yeah, souls, we know.
Raven. There's
They're not
something I have
Kojima
to tell you.
particles, they're red.
The coral. It's my family. My brothers and sisters.
Yes, I know. That was extremely obvious. The subtext
I
wasn't
am
very
a single
subtle.
wave, born from the coral tide. A Rubiconian without a body. No one even knew I was there for such a long time.
As opposed to the normal Armored Core story of people turning into robots, we now have robots turning into people. Sort of.
Go get your rest, 621. Things are
Wow,
going to
my
get
controller is
busy.
vibrating like crazy.
You did good.
Bloop.
The temporary alliance between the Arquebus and Balaam groups turned the tide of war, devastating the Planetary Closure Administration forces.
I don't know, I don't feel like it
and
was that
exiling
significant.
from Rubicon. Though it was the Ice Worm mission led by Balaam that dealt the decisive blow, Arquebus, through their own engagements with the PCA, augmented their strength with seized weaponry. The balance of power was broken. The scales tipped in Arquebus's favor, and the Rubicon Liberation Front's hopes of fighting an exhausted foe were dashed. With the loss of their common enemy, the rival factions' war for the coral...
Yeah, like that wasn't the most obvious fucking thing ever.
And their bitter conflict burned with renewed intensity.
Augmented human C4621 entering standard mode. 2 new messages.
Doing okay, 621. I'd wanted to let you rest some more, but the corps are on the move already. With the PCA gone, it's back to work.
I feel like they kind of just showed up, didn't do a lot, and then we kicked their asses super hard.
Carried out at Xylem. My friend analyzed the data and learned about a massive facility under the central ice field.
Where they were creating pulverizers.
Alpha. Turns out that the ice worm was defending the entrance to that place.
Cool.
It's time to let ourselves in.
Let's go to Ash Lake.
Raven, there's something you need to know. That friend Walter mentioned. The comms database has no record of the conversation he just told you about. This isn't about just finding the
He's
coral,
also a
Raven.
coral person.
He's after something more.
Or he's
and
from the
using
Institute,
you to do it.
which is probably the much more likely option. He's our new Foundation man. Slash, CeeLo slash a bunch of other characters.
Call sign, Raven. Your records have been updated. A-rank virtual encounters are now available in the arena.
Yep, that's what I expected.
May these encounters further guide your technique.
Cool.